Morning.
Good morning.
How are you? Look at you
Great.
all early and stuff.
Right? All right. And does it show that I'm recording? I think I'm recording.
Yes.
Woohoo! Look at me.
Look at you in your car recording.
Yay. Had to test it out.
Awesome.
Awesome.
How's
Okay.
the house going?
Oh, Lord.
Oh,
It's going. It's going. Yeah, that's where we're heading now. We're meeting a plumber out there today to see what I can do.
nice.
And yeah, so it's amazing. And when you get down to it and you see what's there, it's like, okay, it looks so clean right now with all
Yeah.
everything out. And yeah, it's gonna be good. It's just taking a little while to get there.
Right.
But we took every bit of sheetrock out, every bit of paneling, every bit of insulation. And now we're working on taking some of the interior walls out that are not load bearing.
Uh-huh. Kind of open it up.
And then, open
Kind of
it
open
up.
it all up.
Yeah. And especially that back, what was my mom's bedroom, the master bedroom area and the bathroom.
Okay.
It was so tiny there. And so opening that up because my goal is to have it where it's all wheelchair accessible in case in case that's needed in the future, and just to make it where you can get around. And
Right.
So anyways, it's all coming together, and
Nice.
we'll know more today with the plumber visit. And we've been taking out all the pipes and all the gas and all the gas lines, all the pipes and plumbing and everything because we're redoing all of that too. So
Nice.
yeah. So
you guys are doing a major overhaul.
Gutted.
Gutted and all new.
Yeah.
It'll be a brand new house when you're done with it, huh?
Yeah, I think so. So anyways. Yeah, so do we have everybody on? And
I don't know, I'm going to.
Good
morning,
Eva.
How
Wasn't
are y'all?
last night amazing?
Oh my gosh.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh
What
my
a good
gosh.
turnout.
Yeah, great
Yes.
turnout and great everything just flowed so smoothly. It was really done very well. What I hope to see, I've got Rob following me. And he's like, I know you're doing that call and you're switching lanes. So anyway, I should have told him to get in front. Anyways, no, so everything went so smoothly, and having Miles just covered everything. Sherry covered everything. We ran perfect on the time. Everybody was getting there at, advertising it from 7 to 9 like that is perfect. That way people are thinking, hurry up and get there, to make sure they're there by 7. So that way they're actually there in time to, have the meeting before the meeting, which is just visiting with them and letting people see you and meeting them. And what we're doing during that time is asking them questions about them. And so, talking to them about them. And I don't care whose guests they are, you make them feel important. You make them feel comfortable being there.
Absolutely.
Talk to them about, what they do, what they like about what they do, the same stuff that we're doing. But, and then they're going to feel like, oh my gosh, I had the best time last night. And, well, what did you do? Well, I talked about myself to this person for, 3 minutes before I went in. It's like, when you think about it, that's really what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And but they're gonna say, "Oh my gosh, it was great." It wasn't that I had to listen to this person talk to me about the business 30 minutes before I went in and I saw all this about the business. No. It's not what we do. We go, we have the meeting before the meeting, which is just talking to them about what they do. And so I think everybody did a great job with that. I saw everybody, moving around the room and talking to people. So that was fantastic.
Who else could kick themselves for not dragging people there by their hair?
Right, right.
Oh.
Absolutely.
And then the guy that was supposed to come, I mean, totally stood me up. And just, this is a different guy, not the guy that wanted a date. He just sent me a message. Oh, it got really busy at work. I was like, really? Okay. Well,
I had that too.
Have a great day and I'm not going to bother you anymore about it. So there's your chance.
Yeah. Well, you can follow up with those people and say, oh my gosh, I had no idea how amazing this would have been. If I would have known it was going to be that great, I would have come to, I would have stopped by your job and told your boss that, you needed to go. Because
no, for sure. No, like, he actually works for himself, and I will definitely follow up with that. But that just him doing that to me, and because I gave him the ticket, he promised me, we shook hands, we laughed, haha, that just goes to show me that I don't want that in my business because I will be stressed out. So you know what? His loss.
Yeah. He should have honored his word. He did not.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
or let me know ahead of time. So, that just goes to show that, you don't want everybody in your business. And I'm glad that, he showed me up front, So that's that.
Right. Okay. Also, so I guess this, I know this is recorded. The meeting last night was recorded.
Yes.
I don't know if we have access to that recording. I noticed last night.
I was listening to it a while ago. Yes.
It's on the where the watch party was.
We can see it, but can we share it? I couldn't.
At this point, I don't think that's an option, and I don't think you get to see it unless you were signed up for the watch party beforehand either.
Okay.
I don't think, because I've tried to sign some people up last night after the video was posted, and I couldn't add anybody else to the group.
Okay.
That was from my phone, though. I haven't tried it from a computer yet, but we'll see it. But I think Tara said she's going to place that on a YouTube.
Yes. Okay. Good.
It's a matter of whether we're going to be able to get to it, or whether they're going to keep it as a private event. I don't know why they would.
Well, I can imagine that.
Casey's call.
Right. Well, and if I get to vote on this, and which I will make sure I do, is to, everybody that paid for the event. If you're going to limit to anybody, limit it to people, then limit it to, allow the people that paid for the event to access it, to share it or whatever, so that would really be opening it up to everybody, because we want to be able to share it with people. Like my guy that was in Austin, it's like, he needs to see this. But when you're telling him, oh my gosh, you got to see this, you got to sell it where, if I figure out how to get this to you, because you need to see this, would you sit down and take an hour break and watch, or an hour and a half, and watch what happened. And anyways, so definitely make sure you sell them on watching the event. Another thing I wanted to mention, and this has nothing, I'm preaching to the choir here, but I just want to say it out loud. Events are so important, being at events. And it's not necessarily, you know, you could say, I've seen this presentation 50 times plus. I don't need to see it again. Okay. You can think that way. And I'm not talking about last night's presentation. I'm talking about anything. I'm talking about GoPro. I'm talking about going to the Kiani national events, whatever. You could tell yourself, been there, done that, got the trophy for it. But it's not about us going to the event. It's about the people, the new people that are there. My pastor described it one time as his perfect description was Disney World. He lived a few miles from Disney World. He could see it from his back door. They were at Disney World every weekend growing up. They, you know, when it was just their thing to do. Like we used to do Astro World quite a bit when we had it right here. But so he did Disney World all the time. So by the time he was, you know, grown, he was like, oh Lord, Disney World, really? But when he had kids, when his kids were my husband passed me when my kid, or when his kids were little, and you know, and they know about Mickey Mouse and everything, and then they get to that age that, you know, we want to go to Disney World, and they take them to Disney World for the first time. He's like, oh my gosh, seeing it through their eyes was like seeing it for the first time. So that's the way when it's not about us going to the event. It's about our guests and our new business partners and the support and being there and you know, it's important. And I know like I said, I'm preaching to the choir because you guys are at all the events. But you know, just remember that if you ever have any doubt about being at an event, that yeah, it's important that you're there. We all need to be there. So, any questions? I'm off my rant.
Not at all. I think it's fantastic because the people that are just coming in, that are brand new or thinking about joining, they need to feel that. They need to see that, you know, it's not just a business. This is, you know, it's so much more. And I think when, you know, especially it feels like, you know, a big family reunion, you know, when we all get together. I even told Jane, I said, you know, it's so good to see you, even though she's not participating. It's just like, oh my gosh, you're here. You know, it makes, I know it made me feel, you know, really, I missed that. I missed it when I was out. So I want people to be able to feel that too, you know?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I think if we make it more personal than business, that's, especially if that's lacking in their life, definitely will.
Right. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine somebody that, you know, say it's just all about them and work and going back and forth and no, you know, life, and this is excitement for somebody to see, you know, to have that family, that group, and that, you know, we really care about what's going on in their lives, and just sharing and I like that reference, that it's a family. And yeah. And then just being there for the guests, being there, taking notes, or, I heard different stuff last night. I heard stuff that I had heard before that I was like, dang it, this time I'm writing it down because I need to research that and I need to check into whatever, so, we can all learn from the events. So, and a fantastic job, you guys that were there early, helping out at the desk. Michelle, Claire, and Jake is always, I don't know. I didn't see everything that was going on. I picked up Joanne. We got there, and then we kind of, talked to the guests. We split up and talked to guests. And it didn't matter if it was guests from our team or guests from, David Jones had guests there that I talked to. That's what we do. We're all working the room in our own way. So fantastic for everybody did exactly what they were supposed to do. So I'm proud of you guys for that. And
well, I think having the tickets and just, the push to me, really made, kind of and now if we know what to expect, we know we know we need to get people there. If, you have to go, I could just kick myself, but I'm not going to dwell on that. I'm going to let that go and let that just be a, what is it? A catalyst. So
motivator. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
This
Lessons
is going
learned.
to propel us in the direction that we need to be going, because we know if people aren't there, they are missing out big time. And
Right.
Amanda Foster was, messaging me. She's, are you there? How was it? And I'm like, I could just kick myself for not, making everybody get in my truck and, come with me. So, oh, well, next one. So we will, hopefully it won't be too long before the next one, but that was
January.
That was awesome.
He was saying January.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was the other thing. When guests would ask, how often do y'all do something like that? And I said, we don't, because we haven't, and Casey has gotten away from it, and I don't want them to think, oh my God, every weekend we got to do this, or once a week or whatever, because, because this was before the meeting, and I wanted to express the value of that ticket that they had in their hand, that this isn't something we do on a regular basis. So, and everybody that left there either probably joined or definitely thought about joining, or I think we had a really good turnout and a lot of excitement generated. So
okay, so what should I write to the guy? Because I'm going to send him a follow-up, but I'm really pissed off and I really want to tell him how I feel, but I don't think that's the best thing to do. So
whatever you write, so whatever you write, don't hit send until you think about it a little bit more and pray over
it. Is that Jake's car?
Yeah, probably. You can tell him he missed the best thing on earth. You can tell him that.
Oh, man.
Because sometimes what we want to send and what we
He missed an amazing event, that's for sure. One of a kind.
Yeah.
And no, you can't explain it all to him. You can't recreate that. Nobody can.
Right.
So, and you might even say that too, like what I've heard Casey do it and Sherry do it, where you reference a concert, their favorite artist. Well, can you imagine? Okay, it's like me telling you about the Elton John farewell concert. Goodbye Yellow Brick Road concert. I can't tell you about it. You got to experience it.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, it's not anything I can explain to you. It was amazing, awesome, and you know, I would kind of leave them hanging. I'm going to try to figure out something else. It's like, no, I'm leaving you hanging, buddy. And then
he will be hanging for a very long time. In fact, he needs to come to me if he is, you know, if he is truly interested. I'm not going to mention it again, period. So he missed out.
Yeah, but definitely by sharing with them, holy crap, by sharing with them that what, you know, oh my gosh, I can't believe you missed it. You know, you have no idea. And building that up and then leaving them hanging with, you know, sucks that you had to work. Oh well.
And Michelle, here's another benefit is, you know, Casey always says that life changes every 90 days. Well, 90 days or 60 days also gives us a chance to stop being mad at these people for being fools.
Right.
So I invited 9 people, and only the first guy I talked to actually showed up. So, so you know, I've got people to follow up with, and some of them I gave them late notice, so I realized they probably didn't have a chance to organize it. But at the same time, there were some people who had every opportunity, and they sat there and watched TV last night. So at the same time, you know, we need to get over being mad at them, because that's not the bigger picture. And they can, you know, they can grow up a little bit. It wouldn't hurt. And we'll see what happens in a couple of months, because if we're waiting until January to do the next PBR like that, then, you know, that's 60 days. That ought to give us enough chance to figure out what's, you know, maybe their motivation wasn't their root motivation. Maybe it was something more like, I just want more money.
Right.
Because I've run into that with people, and I'm like, okay, that's not a bad answer, but I need to get to the heart of the matter on some people, and I don't do it often enough.
Yeah.
Terry, how did it go with your guy after he spoke with Miles?
Well, he pretty much shut Miles down. I had Miles talk to him right after the meeting, and he's like, no, I don't really think I'm getting in. And Miles goes, what do you like best? He goes, I like the products. I work out a lot. So Miles told him about himself and Heidi and what they've gotten out of the, you know, the protein products.
Yeah.
And that was actually a good part of the conversation for a little bit. And then after Miles left, I said, well, you know, you've been telling me that you're looking for ways to diversify your income. You want to work on that fitness. So customer he goes, yeah, customer is an automatic for me. I go, well, think about this also, because I've got this person in North Carolina, and we've got a lot going on with them. There's a lot of people going to be seeing things in the next month or two. And as a real estate guy and somebody whose parents are investors, what would it cost you to put in $5.99 to grab a spot in this business? And even if you don't do anything with it, but refer somebody to me every once in a while, and the people we're putting in from North Carolina, I can find a way to make sure that fits to and it works to your advantage, and those people go into your business. Sure. And he started asking questions to Casey and other people about, you know, how he could do it if he wasn't doing all the work. And Casey explained it to him like wonderfully. So he really got the big picture on why that would work.
Okay.
So I think he was pretty interested. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was talking to Miles after he talked to him, and he was like, "Man, yeah, didn't think that he was interested in anything except for being he seemed like a great guy, and has his head screwed on straight, and recognizes opportunities. And so then when Casey walked up, I walked away so they could have that conversation. So, and I saw Terry, I saw you talking to him when I was talking to Miles. You were talking to him, and the guy didn't leave. He was like, he wasn't anxious to get out of there.
Yeah,
he was
that helped.
just kind of taking it all in. So I thought that was a good sign, because if they're not interested, they take off. So
you're right.
So it worked out great, and especially I'm glad Casey had something to say that might have made him think differently. So and what you told him made him think differently too. Like,
yeah,
well, wait a minute. Yeah.
Perhaps the only thing that kept him in the room for an extended period of time was because he and I had already had some in-depth discussions about his family, what his background was, and what he wanted to achieve. I already had a pretty good understanding for that. When he started to put on that kind of cold shoulder thing for Miles, I was like, is that exactly what you're saying? Because that's not what you told me earlier.
Right.
That's funny.
I just called him out on it. He's 18. He's like willing to learn. And that's the whole reason I invited him to the meeting.
Yeah.
It was not so
Here
much
comes
for the
rid of
prize or the money. It was basically to learn from guys like Casey and Miles and us.
Yeah.
It's a great group to learn from. He knows that now.
Yeah. Yeah. Terrific. Good deal. Yeah. Very.
You're in that hot spot, Kathy. We can't hear you.
That's robot Kathy.
There.
We should record that though. Really.
It is being recorded.
Oh,
It is
good.
being recorded.
You can hear
Robot
droid Kathy.
But that's
there you
because
go.
we
I like
love
that
Kathy.
better.
That's all right.
You know who I would get him in touch with, or even, I don't know if there's somebody that might have it recorded, but that 19-year-old Sapphire in Dallas, Terry, that would be fantastic for him to.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, that's the one we listened to in Dallas. Yeah, he is.
19-year-old Sapphire. Okay.
19-year-old Sapphire.
19.
Oh,
yeah.
Man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe Miles can maybe send a recording, or if they've recorded anything.
Yeah, I'll ask Miles. I'll send him a message.
I would for sure, because if that kid's 18 years old, oh man, when you want something for somebody more than they want it for themselves, it's frustrating.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. We just have to let them sit and stew for a while. Some of them anyway.
Yeah, but not too long, because then they
Not
start
too
cooling
long.
off.
Yeah.
They start losing that memory of what.
Yeah, David and I have we've got a follow up on Friday, so he's not the one I'm going to let sit and stew.
Yeah, good.
I'm thinking of those other 8 people.
The other thing is what you did with him and what you said there is the reason that you were able to kind of bring him back to life is because of what you already knew about him. So that really shines the light on the fact that if we don't know someone and we don't have a good idea or understanding of what's important to them, their background, where they're headed and stuff, it's really hard to overcome an objection when it comes up if we don't know much about them. So that's awesome that you were able to do that because of the work you'd already done up front.
Thank you, Jake. And I recommend all of us, when we're talking to our friends, kind of play the role of the best friend or the therapist. Ask them the deeper questions. Ask them what's really in their heart, because that's the best way to get past all of the superficial answers and get to the ones that really matter.
Yeah. Well, and it helps open their mind up too, right? Because a lot of the time, a person can see exactly what they need, or they can see exactly what will help them achieve what it is that they really want, but their mind just isn't open to it. But if we know what they want, we can help their mind open up to it. Maybe.
Yeah, and we can help them overcome their objections.
Yeah.
Because we've already seen it work, whether it's time or money or anything else, honestly.
Yep.
There's no reason why people shouldn't be in this business.
Yeah. Yeah, I just thought that was awesome. So, well done.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Can I share the feedback from my person that watched the watch party?
Yeah, please do.
Oh,
please do. I'd love to hear it. What'd you hear?
Well, actually, I was very impressed that she actually stayed on, because the watch party didn't start till well after 10 o'clock.
Oh my goodness.
which she even told me this morning that she fell asleep. But I said, well, you know, it's recorded. Hopefully you'll be able to go back and finish it up. And her first comment, I've been talking to her while I was listening to y'all actually on Messenger here at work. She's a coworker. She works in supply chain. And she basically said that she wouldn't mind. Her first part of the conversation was that she was that she stayed up as long, but she would definitely wants to try the products, consider the products. However, she's not sure about the business portion, but right now I have to work on getting another family vehicle. So I picked up on that, okay? I said, that would be great. Like Mr. Miles Stallard said last night, get in when you fit in. Being a customer and improving your overall health is you fitting in. And then she said, I said, however, after that, I said, however, it would be cool if your next family vehicle was paid for by Kyani, and I put LOL. Yeah. And then I said, she goes, and then I said, that's going to be my next car. And then she said, yeah, it would be very cool. Myself nor my husband has done well with network marketing. We spent thousands of dollars, but it just didn't work out. Sorry. She goes, I heard the guy make the comment that this is different. And I said, I totally understand, and it is different. I said, however, I did have a couple of not so favorable experiences with other companies as well. And she goes, we have to meet an immediate need for a vehicle like yesterday, and she was explaining about that. And then goes on down, and I quit talking about it. You know, we were talking about vehicles. And the vehicle she wants is the same one that's on my vision board. I said, that's the car on my vision board. I said, that's going to be my next car. It's going to be white with Kyani on it. I told her. So getting back, and then out of the blue, she comes back and says, let me get back to the conversation. She goes, my family, what is it? She goes, since the watch party was recorded, I will let Charles listen to it and get his thoughts on it. That's her husband. So now she's going back to it. Wow. So I said, okay, if you're open to it, I can set up a 3-way message with you and Mr. Salgi, Casey Salgi. He will be able to answer both of your questions and concerns. And she goes, sounds good.
Awesome.
So that all happened while I was listening to y'all.
That's perfect. So, that's exactly what you're looking for.
So we'll see how that goes. Because I've been working on Carla for a long time. I know y'all have heard me talk about her.
Yeah.
So
great job.
She actually stayed up, and I was impressed with that. That she stayed up and she said she fell asleep, and I said, that's okay. I said, you go back and watch it again.
That shows you a certain baseline level of interest. So that's really
good. And commitment. Yes.
Right.
Oh, I found my notes.
I'm sorry?
Oh, no, I was just going to tell you, I found my notes from the young guy that's a Sapphire. His name is Charlie Pasco, P as in Paul, A-S-C-O.
All right. Thank you.
You might want to even friend him on Facebook if you can, Terry.
I'm going to look for him right now.
And Terry, he also did send me a text message too, so I'm in touch with him as well.
Oh, sweet.
Very
good news. That's good news. All right.
That's awesome.
That's good to hear. Appreciate your help, all of you.
Yeah, no problem.
It was an amazing meeting last night. Everybody just played a great role. I mean, we were all multitasking, but it was great to do.
Mm-hmm.
You guys did a phenomenal job up front at the desk too.
I think the only thing that I would see as far as the front desk is making sure we have that list.
Yeah.
And the list that I did receive was basically all the Hello Wellness people. There was not really a list that was of everybody. So I know that next time I feel like maybe I would need to jump in and take an active role in making sure that we have an accurate list, because I was writing names all over the place on that sheet and people were coming in. It was crazy. And getting the tickets earlier would be great. That's just my 2 observations and lessons learned. But as far as the front desk, Michelle, we did a good job. Best we could.
You all did.
Fantastic.
You sure did.
Yes. Nobody knew any different. Nobody thought, oh my gosh, this is so disorganized. You know, I mean, some of the events that we've been to, you know, And it's just like, wow, this is just crazy unorganized. But no, I think you did very, very well. Good job.
Well, thank you. And I appreciate your help. Thank you for jumping in.
Both of you. Yeah,
and
both of you
thank
did
you
awesome.
so much. It was, it was nerve-wracking a little bit. But I think we've pulled it through. And I like what I like about working at the registration table. You get to welcome everybody, and you get to kind of get everybody's names. And, to me, it's important to make them feel welcome when they first walk in there.
Definitely.
So,
awesome. All right, guys. Well, this one was recorded. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yay.
Good job.
And
thank you. Good job.
And actually this week we've recorded each one, I think, and I'm loading them on my YouTube channel. And if y'all can find that, subscribe, I guess. So that way you can, but it's just Kathy Harris, I guess, is how I'm set up, or I don't know how you search for it, but, or I can send it out. But anyway, so we're up and running.
I think it'll automatically upload it to your channel if you already have one.
No, I don't think so. I've
no,
had
not like you have to go in and physically do it, but I think it'll. Oh, maybe not. I've done it a few times. I haven't. I'm not a pro by any means, but yes.
Yeah, I've just added them. It automatically records it, and then I add it to the channel. And anyway, so and I've just labeled them. I've just labeled them what date it is. So, and if I have any type of extra description, put something in there. But any advice on that is appreciated. I'm just,
or maybe just do like a private Facebook group, kind of like the Jade Factory, but it's the Accountable Achievers, and put it in that, because do you want everybody to have access to the recordings?
I don't think anyone would really look for it, but
they'll know all of our secrets.
Right. Yeah.
You were pissed off. What? Great. Yeah. Of course, anyway. The one that's recorded. I'm.
No. Yeah, I got you. Yeah. So I'll figure that out. But I'm not the most tech savvy person around, but I'm figuring it out. So, and I won't say no to anything. I'm gonna try to we'll try to make it happen. So, all right, guys, y'all have a wonderful day. Thanks for every one of you and all that y'all do, and we will talk to you tomorrow.
Have fun.
All right.
Yeah, you too. Bye bye.
Have a good day, y'all.
You too.
Bye bye.